My name is Terry Aladjem. I'm the Executive Director of the Derek Bach Center for Teaching and Learning at Harvard University. I'm here at the Conference on Teaching Excellence at Roosevelt Academy in Middelburg, wishing I could also be with you at the conference in Delft. At the Derek Bach Center, we're particularly careful not to try to tell anyone how to teach. Nevertheless, we are persuaded by research that suggests that there are three things that really contribute to excellent teaching everywhere. Having a genuine interest in what goes on in the mind of one's students and creating a mechanism for understanding or hearing their thoughts, eliciting feedback, in other words. Secondly, creating challenging tasks and assignments that call them to the highest level of performance. This might be thought of as active learning, and lots of research supports active learning as an effective strategy. And finally, and more recently, designing courses very deliberately from learning objectives, from the things we want our students to learn. And it's not always been natural for faculty to ask themselves what they want their students to learn. And often it's less natural for them to think of designing their courses or redesigning them in light of those objectives. But we find that it's tremendously effective when they do. There is so much excitement about teaching in the Netherlands that it's contagious. This conference in Delft, for example, and our conference here in Middelburg at the Roosevelt Academy are examples of a kind of international conversation that we all need to be having about excellent teaching. I think it's particularly important at this time in history because as every generation probably reinvents excellence in teaching, in our generation, we have to do this in face of enormous technological changes that are putting pressure on colleges and universities, and particularly research universities, to redefine and rethink their mission. Well, if you ask me about my own favorite college professor, my political theory professor, David Ober, comes to mind, who taught in the most compelling way. He created a world that I wanted to enter. This became my field ultimately, and I'm very grateful to him. Goodbye and have a wonderful conference.